Well, welcome back, YouTubers, back to Marquetry Meubelkunst. This is the second part of the demonstrations I was showing you. This is sand shading using marquetry. Basically, it's a heated surface, or a heating element, a pan, and some basic sand. Now this sand's from France. It's actually quite fine. Finer sand the better. Silver sand's ideal. Although I prefer volcanic sand. Although it's not very fine, it actually holds and maintains the heat in from the element a lot more than normal sand. Because one is glass and the other one is basically already been processed, as you might say. So it maintains its heat a lot better. Now the pieces I showed before were just simple slices of veneer, which is cherry. And I've just done a few samples, and you can see what I've done. I've actually burned the edge, and what it does, it creates a shading effect using 3D elements in marquetry. This sand is sturdy sand up a little bit. It'll probably take a few minutes to fully warm up, and you can feel the heat, and you do some samples like the one I did. Now you can create forms in the sand like mountains, and the heat will sort of build up more in the middle if you leave it long enough, and more and less on the outside where it's thinner. But anyway, that's the sand. I'll let that go for a few seconds. I've got a spoon here, and the spoon you can use to scoop hot sand into areas like I did here and there, so you can control where you're burning. So that's a spoon. Here's my selection of cherry veneers. I also have tweezers as well, and these tweezers allow me to get pretty close but without actually burning my hands. I have a long one here too, surgical tweezers. There we go. And let's just put it in and see what happens. Again, a good practice in marqueteering, we'll start to know and realise what can and can't be done. And it's just practice, really. It's really hot. Now of course, the closer you get to the heating element, the more quicker you're going to burn. There you go, you see. See how the dome, well you probably didn't see it, but there was like a dome effect, like a small mountain effect in the sand, and it creates the same sort of effect in the veneer. That's how you can control it with the spoon, by putting it on in certain spots on the veneer, and actually controlling where the heat goes in. Now obviously, like I said before, the thinner the sand here, the thinner it is, the more of a drastic line I'm going to get, because there's less space for the heat to travel up through the sand into the veneer. And you don't really need gloves, but take what precautions you can. See, if I put this in now as close to the bottom as possible, it's not actually going to combust, and there you go. See, I mean, that was a few seconds, you know, that was a few seconds. It's very hot at the bottom. That's why it's good to build up a little bit of a bridge. That's not too bad. Some of the edges are a bit sharp. What I might do, I might just sort of tweak them slightly by putting them in like so. See, it's pretty quick. I think this has taken about 10 minutes maybe to warm up to a good satisfactory heat level. See, like that's like that. It is quite tricky to get a gradient effect with sand, but it is possible. It just takes time and practice to get that right. Of course, the more closer to the middle I am, the hotter it is. That's one. And the other thing you can do, you can stroke it like I was doing before, and that is just to basically just stroke it in the sand, like so. And there you go. That's sort of very quick effect that we're getting. Of course, you won't see these now what they'll become, but in the end piece, they'll actually allow the ribbon effect to have a sort of three-dimensional, like it's twisting sort of feel to it. And that's what we want, really. And the other trick I can do as well is to lay it close and lay sand over where I want to control the sand. See how I've managed to sort of create this effect there, and it goes all the way through too. I'm just going to try and balance this out a little bit. There you go. So it will stay throughout the veneer. It won't just disappear when you sand it, but it it will get slightly lighter. Here's another one. I'm keeping hold of this one because I know straight away that it's pretty burning pretty much. This one's quite good. Just dipping it in. 1, 2, 3. Bringing it out. So that's probably a little bit overdone. And the more you do, the better you get at it. And this time I'm going to go on the outside. Yeah. Whoa! See, that's quite a sharp one. Of course, what happens is the veneer shrinks because it loses moisture, and of course, moisture is quite a big feature of wood. Wood's technically aquaporous, so it absorbs moisture from the environment. This is why I've got to do it like this. I've got to cut them like this, put the burning in, and then I'll cut them in. When I cut them in, I'll cut them to size. If I cut them to size first, then I burn them, the wood shrinks and then I get gaps, and I don't want gaps. So this is the best way around it. And again, I mean, this has gone pretty fast, this is pretty fast. And this is good. And through time and experience, you'll start to understand how to control the burning effect. And I put one in there like that. See, he's been quickly burned. Now you don't want to do them too much, otherwise they'll go brittle. And the other thing we do as well, we can just leave one in there like that. One in there like that. Don't want to leave them in too long. And that's quite a sharp line. That's probably too sharp for what I want, really. I want it sort of nice and gradual, so that it's... And if you get parts that are not even, you can always lay it on and build it up again. I prefer a longer spoon than what I've got here, and of course deeper down you go, the hotter the sand is. Anyway, hope you liked it. I'll leave it there for now, and you'll see a little another example of this later. Hope you've enjoyed the tips on marquetry from Marquetry Marquess. Thanks a lot. Bye.